Morning, guys. Hello, welcome to ruralvacantland.com. This is Luke Smith, and it's Monday morning, and I'm doing another live feed. I'm excited to be here. Today, I titled this one "How to Buy Land Live," and just a little bit of how-to stuff. I mean, it's kind of a plug for the website, ruralvacantland.com, but it's also a how-to. What I do is I send out letters, cash offers in the mail to buy land, and I send it to people who own land, and basically everybody in the area that I'm interested in buying land in that has their name and address registered with the tax assessor. And I pull data out of different databases depending on the data of the area, and systematically go through and make cash offers to everybody that meets my criteria of the kind of land I want to buy, like this size or this kind of use or this area, and mix all those kinds of attributes together and make them offers. And a lot of people get back and they say no way, no way, no way, and they throw their offer away, just like a bad credit card offer in the mail. Like they offer you 24% interest or something with a couple $100 a year fees. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a bad example. And a lot of people throw that stuff away. But some people actually sign up to those bad credit cards because they need the money. Other people sell their land because they need the money, or because they don't want the land, because they don't know what to do with it, because I make it really easy for them to take my money and do the paperwork and sell me the land. So I don't get a very specific piece of land that's great to, if you're a retail buyer and you're trying to use the land yourself, to send out blanket offers all over the place. I'm sure you could figure it out street by street, area by area, and get a lot more detailed property by property and make offers and buy land. But I don't think you'll get it as big of a discount as I do, because I use a lot more statistics and I cover a lot more people, a lot more area, a lot more attributes. I buy a lot more properties, and then I put them up for sale on the website, ruralvacantland.com, and other websites around the internet post advertising around, and people look at the properties, they paw through them, they say, this is what I want, this is what I'm after, I love the price, and maybe there's something wrong with it, like whatever might be wrong with it. There's a neighbor that's too close, or there's a bunch of trees that need to be cut down, or a bunch of trees that need to be planted, or everybody has a different opinion of what's wrong with it. And the person that's selling it might be totally different opinion of what's wrong with it than you. And that makes a market. So there's a big wide spread between what people are willing to get rid of these properties at and what people are willing to buy them for. And I don't try to take out that whole spread. I just try to buy them cheap and sell them cheap, cheaper than everybody else has them up for sale, so I can do it fast and then go do it again and again and again. And so that's how I buy land. And I'm telling you this because a lot of people don't believe me, and they look at my prices and they say it's a scam, it's a ripoff, it's something's wrong. What the heck, is it toxic waste or something? And it's no, I'm just trying to sell the property. If you ever try to sell land, it's a lot harder to sell land than you might think. Even at discounted prices, people don't believe and they don't buy, and they just discredit it one way or another. So that's why I make these videos. I try to get a little bit more flavor information out there. Maybe more people will believe, more people will buy my land. And so since I started this, I put together a little bit of statistics before the show, and sales going through the website. This is the current website's on the second version, so some of the sales I have on here are previous to this version. I've sold, I don't have the exact numbers, but over 1,500 properties in the last 3 years. That's a lot of properties. Buy them, do all the paperwork, buying them, selling them, the ads, the whole gamut around. It's more than one a day on average. So over 1,500 properties in the last 3 years that I've sold. Like my properties, not other people's properties, but other people's properties on the same website have sold too. So there's more properties that have sold than that through Rural Vacant Land. I was just looking at YouTube subscribers. Thanks everybody that's subscribed watching these shows. It's a lot of fun. We got a little over 5,000 subscribers right now. If you're watching this video years from now or something and you're looking at the history, right now it's 5,154 subscribers. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, and I'll keep sending you more information about buying land, using land, making money on land, developing land, just vacant land topics, stuff that's close to my heart and I have a passion for, and I'd like to share it with you. So if you have questions about that, comments, more what you want to see, what you have questions about, put it up there. I'm not sure I'll be able to answer it all, but I could probably try to find the answers, and I might know who to call or who to refer to. Um, so far, I've given away 58 properties on this YouTube channel doing live videos like this. 58, that's a pretty good number of properties. Um, Not all the people that I've given land away to have claimed their land, and some of the people that I've given land away to got land that had crazy taxes or something weird about it. It's like, I'll just give you a different piece of land. So I think that kind of offsets the ones that didn't claim their land. So it's kind of roughly 58. I was just looking at ruralvacantland.com's website before this call. Right now we have 339 properties up for sale on the website. Those aren't all my properties. A lot of them are, I call them a co-op, friends properties, people that put properties up for sale on the website. It started out with people that bought a bunch of properties from me, and they're like, Luke, how do I resell these properties? I want to sell them at bigger prices and stuff. And I already got ads written up for them and links to maps and information about the properties. Or just change the price or terms. Instead of, you buy it for cash, for example, you want to sell it on terms at some higher price, the owner financing. Just change the terms and change the owner's name on the website, change the phone number, email, that kind of stuff. And you can keep it posted on the website. So I got a couple of those people, and then other people started signing up to the website over time because it's a good amalgamation of land, like-minded people selling properties there. I charge them $200 a month to post their properties. If they don't sell anything, then they get their money back. It's like guaranteed sale, or you don't pay anything, right? And if their prices aren't good and their presentation is not good, customer service isn't good, they're gone. I'm trying to keep them fetid, right? So that's who's on the website. I think really like-minded land dealers. Of the 339 properties that are on the website right now, 98 of them are in Arkansas. That number's been going down. Selling a couple of those properties, pretty regularly. Arizona, there's 81 properties in Arizona right now. California, there's 74 properties in California right now. And then of the rest of them, there's 92 others spread between multiple states like Hawaii, Washington, Oregon. I just saw Wisconsin on there. There's Florida, Alabama, New Mexico, Colorado, on and on. Bunch of other states in there, even the Carolinas and stuff. So the spread, as other people are posting properties on the website, we're getting a better spread of different areas that are represented from the land dealers, which I think is really neat. It's really cool. So you get a lot of good places to choose from, not just the places that I'm working, but other ones as well. So I wanted to jump into the properties we've got on the website while answering questions along the way. Maybe I can show you some examples of properties that we bought by sending out blanket offers to buy land, and maybe you'd be interested in some of these properties. So let's jump into it, and I'll try to catch up on some on the chat. So let's see. A lot of guys saying morning, hi, hello, good morning, everybody. Let me hit some buttons here, see if I get the better lights going on the feed. Todd Snyder, I think he was saying last week that he's had some fire problems, and he's saying sure has been a rough on the lungs out here in California lately. Yeah, so I'm in Southern California. I'm not having any smoke issues or problems, but in Northern California, I'm hearing it all over the place. Everyone's saying good morning, everybody. Hello. Lisa first name Sap says, can I buy land while on SSI? Yeah, I don't know why not. So SSI, from my understanding, maybe other guys can chime in. I've never been on SSI. I'm trying to understand it, but I think they say something like if you have certain assets or cash flows coming in, you might lose your benefits from that stuff. So maybe you don't want to buy it in your personal name. Like maybe you buy it in your kids' names, or because I don't really know the SSI rules, so maybe I shouldn't just say yeah right away. I mean, anybody can buy land in the U.S. The market's open, but if you've got certain kinds of assets, you should declare that stuff to the people that are giving you money, and the government people that are giving you money, and they'll probably decide whether you deserve to keep getting benefits or not, or if you should sell your stuff before that. I think if you own the property and then you start doing SSI, I don't think they value it. But I don't know if land is counting as like your home, your homestead, without something built there first, or what. I mean, I'd probably try to buy it in some other name. Paul Long says, I really want to purchase some land. I really like your program. It's inspiring, and I'm looking forward to getting something very soon. Good job, Paul. Yeah, so maybe today I can show you some properties that are the right ones, or give you get the seed planted to find the right one at least. Live in Wilcox, Arizona. There you go. I used to have a bunch of properties in Wilcox. I think we're sold out of all the Wilcox area. Ron Brown saying I need some place warm. Yeah, it's that time of year. Paul Long saying if I can find 5 to 10 acres in the woods somewhere away from people and extremely private, I would do the best I can to purchase that place, that piece of property. So I think I'm going to show you some of those today. I think we might have some of those on the docket. DD Love saying still in South Dakota. Please save me from these winters. Yeah, that's going to be a serious winter. A2 saying good morning. Had to stop watching another live feed to watch this. I thought I was the only one that does live feeds like first thing Monday morning. It's not really prime time. If I was studying statistics better, I would run this thing like Friday evening, Friday night, or something when there's a lot more people online. Or Saturday night. How many acres have you sold? That's a really good question. How many acres have I sold? I've lost track. I mean, I don't know. How many acres do I own? I don't know. Does it really matter? It's doesn't really matter. I never really get to these properties anyway. They're buy them and sell them before I ever have a chance to go there and enjoy them. It's a business. It's not. I mean, I love land, but it's also a business. It's not economic to fall in love with them. Good morning, everyone. Nice to see everybody's happy and cheery today. Cold Monday morning here in Maryland. Yeah. 37 degrees in Sacramento. Wow. Single mother with Global Network Music saying single mother with low income looking for a piece of heaven to build an earthship. Tiny house mix for my family to be self-sufficient and government rule. So I used to have a bunch of these properties in Cochise County, Arizona. I'll tell the story, but I think they're all sold out. Cochise County, Arizona. They've got, well, there you go. There's a 5 acre. Someone's got a 5 acre on the website. So Cochise County, Arizona is the southeasternmost county of Arizona. Let me put a little map on the board here. See if I can blow this up. I'm going to show you where Cochise County is. I don't know if this is getting big enough. Might be hiding behind my head. It's going to hide behind my head. Of course it is. Let me see if I can fix it. Okay, so here's Cochise County. This southern, this is Arizona. This is the state of Arizona. The southeasternmost corner is down here. Phoenix is over here in Maricopa County, Pinell County, and then Pima County. Here's Tucson. And I talk in counties because the data sets to buy land are by county. The data is different county by county. And so I'm always thinking county by county, not city by city, area by area. I'm thinking county by county because there's a different treasurer, there's a different assessor, there's a different tax maps and stuff for each one of these counties. There are different rules and regulations too. And so as you dig down into these counties, this county, Cochise County, has some rules and regulations, or a lack of rules and regulations, that allows you to go build basically whatever you want, because you can waive the why can't I think of it? You can waive the inspectors from coming to look over your shoulder and saying this plumbing isn't right, that electricity isn't right, this structure's got to have this and that and everything else to work. You can say, no, thank you. I think I know what I'm doing. I'm going to read some books. I'm going to watch YouTube. I've been a builder my whole life. I don't need to sign off on all, I don't need to just sign off on everything I'm doing, or whatever your experience is, right? You can do it on your own because it's your place. You're going to be living there. It's going to be your family. You're responsible. You sign the paperwork. Something goes wrong. You're responsible for it. And you're also saying, I'm not going to resell this house in a short amount of time, like 3 or 4 years. I think they ask you not to go resell it. They don't want you to build a neighborhood of these kinds of houses and then sell them to a whole bunch of people on like FHA financing or something and try to make a killing off of it. And then, you know, just by not meeting the codes, you cut a bunch of corners and something goes wrong and the county doesn't want to be at fault. So they want you to go build it on your own. And if you feel comfortable waiving the inspections, you can waive the inspections. You don't have to pay for them. You don't have to comply to them. You can build whatever you want. You're responsible. So it's those kinds of codes in Cochise County. So this county down here, you know, right behind my head over here, this, if I could like grab it right there, that county, they let you do that with a couple different kinds of zoning. And so if we go back to the website here, one of those zonings is RU4. I'm not exactly sure what the zoning is on this property, but I'm guessing it's RU4. Most of that county is RU4 for the bigger acreage stuff. Looks like it's got a little road that goes up to it. Maybe it's next to a wash. Andy Barnhart has this property on the website. He's asking $2,495, 4.99 acres. And I need to get a map in here, show where it is in the county a little bit better. But I'll try to get the maps updated. But he's got a GPS link. You can click on that and zoom in on the map so you can see what part of the county this is. And I'm pointing this one out to you because it's so easy to go build stuff in this county. It might not be the most desirable place in the world, but if you got an idea what you want to build, you can go build anything here. So Douglas down to the south, there's a Walmart and like supplies. You can buy lumber and stuff there. And then here's the property. So you're like, let's just see how far from Douglas. Got walking directions. What's going on here? There we go. 15 minutes, and it's like yeah, 15 minutes to town. 8 miles straight south down to town. So you can send your kids to school there and stuff. I mean, it's a place where you can go build what you want to build. They'll let you do it there. Other places, I'm trying to think of other places. There's other places, but this is just the easiest one I know. There's only one of those properties left on the website because they're so easy to build there. People keep buying them. So let's go back to inventory. I'll put my face on the screen. So while I'm screwing around on this one. I'm saying whoever don't claim it, send it my way. I think he's talking about the freelance. I'm gonna give some land away towards the end of this video. I forget to say that sometimes because I'm just so used to giving land away. So I do these live videos, and one of the pieces of bait to get you to come watch the videos, I give some land away. So if you wait till the end, I give them away at the end of the video because the statistics work better if you stick around and you stay on the video longer. Than Google or YouTube puts my videos all over the place a lot more, and I get my land out in front of more people. So I give the land away towards the end of the video, and you just answer a basic question from the beginning of the video that you've been watching and pay attention, and I'll give you a piece of land if you haven't won before, and if you don't work for me with me in some regard, and just, you know, you're new to this, right? I give you a piece of land. You can go use it to whatever you want, or probably have a road, power line, trees, you know, just a basic, probably Arkansas basic, super special kind of land. They're really cheap properties. I mean, you can buy them for not a whole lot of money, but it's kind of cool to win a free piece of land too, right? So let's keep land in Williams, Arizona would be great. Yeah. Global Music Network. Thanks so much for this. Yeah, Cochise County, Arizona sounds great. Yeah, there you go. Try it out. I mean, it might not be the right place for you, but it's an option. It's an option where you can go build what you want to build. Shelby is saying, what area do you live, Luke? So I live in Encinitas. I could pull up Encinitas on the screen, show you where it is. It's a little beach town. Oh, I didn't spell it right. Here's like iconic. This is out in front of my house. This is Encinitas. My house is up the hill here a little bit. I can walk down to this beach. This is a beach I play with the kids on. So it's these cliffs and big stairwells going down to the beach. And there's a big shark attack up the beach, like over here. Like a month ago, a great white got a 13-year-old kid that was lobster diving. I've gone lobster diving a bunch of the rocks and stuff along here. This is a nature preserve right off this point. You can't catch lobster out here anymore, but there's a bunch of them there. I call it, got to eat them when you see them. You just can't bring them back to the beach. Rules aren't allowed. You're not allowed to keep them. But yeah, it's just this coastline, nice beaches, just surfboard. There's like people always walking in front of my house with surfboards. Just a surfers kind of community. So these kinds of, I don't know. That's further north. But it's just these like bluffs going down to the beach. And right now it's glassy calm out. I'm looking at the ocean behind the camera. And it's palm trees and ocean. And I'd turn around, but it's like my backyard. I got like the laundry hanging on the line. And kids' toys all over the place. It's kind of a mess. Kind of embarrassing mess, really. So let's go into the chat. Trump is better than Hillary. Guys are going back and forth on politics. I'm gonna stay out of that. He lives in northern San Diego. Yeah, northern. Okay. Paul Long. Yes, believe it or not, I've been all over the world in this S country, America, at the best place to live is the best place to live. Just got to keep the illegals out. I've done my fair bit of traveling. I've been to over 50 different countries, and maybe I keep my opinions to myself. I don't know. If you guys are going into it some, I'll throw some out there. There's a guy asking me about my truck the other day. He's asking if I'd sell my truck. It's like, I just change the shocks, and I fix that thing, and I keep it going, and it just never stops. It just goes and goes and goes. It's all paid for. There's no payments. I'd rather just leave it there. And then he started talking about illegals. I said, I was just over up the road where you can buy them pretty cheap usually, or rent them, or whatever you want to say, and for the day, like day labor style. And it used to be $10 an hour, pretty common. When I first started coming to California, it was like $8 an hour you could hire them, but now it's 10, and then it's 12, 15. 15's been pretty common for a while. And now I tried to hire some the other day, and they're asking $20 an hour. They wanted $20 an hour, and they wanted a full day's commitment. And there's like 45 of them standing there. I counted them. It's 6 a.m. 6 a.m. I was trying to get some work done at the barn. Like, I wanted to pick up a couple guys and bang out this project. And I was going to just make it happen, right? And $20 an hour. I'm like, come on, really? I mean, these guys, they're not that efficient. They're not like super duper fit. They're good workers, but I'm not paying them $20 an hour. I just don't have it in my heart to pay them $20 an hour. And like I'll agree to 15 and then give them a bonus or tip or something. It might come up to more than $20 an hour. But $20 an hour, they're going to demand food and a ride and breaks, and come on. So then I was back by that same spot at like 8:30 because I was running to get some supplies that I needed, and they were all sold out. So between 6 a.m. and 8:30 on a Saturday morning, the guys demanding $20 an hour probably could have asked for more. And to me, that's not like we're getting hurt on by the illegals coming over, the ones that are coming to work. That to me, that's like we're getting ripped off as the consumers buying that labor and like blocking them out, keeping them from coming in. This is a California point of view. Is I want those guys to, you know, clean the yard. I want them to take care of the horses. My wife has a bunch of horses. There's no way we could take care of horses without those guys. And I want them to clean house, cook, fix, make things happen. Like California runs on the back of cheap labor. Without that cheap labor, California falls on its face. I mean, maybe that's a good thing in some regards for some people to go move into California, but it's a bad thing for a lot of people that are enjoying the lifestyle of California, that employ those people that want to work, that want to have the jobs, that are happy to be here, that are compliant and paying taxes. Everyone says they don't pay taxes. Every time they buy food, they buy stuff, they're paying taxes. They buy gasoline, they're paying taxes. Their ripple effect in the economy is paying taxes. People leveraging out that labor to get stuff done, to make things happen, to build stuff, create stuff, make stuff. They're paying taxes. I mean, that they wouldn't be able to pay without that labor. I mean, maybe they bump out some people's jobs, and I think those people get frustrated, and they don't think that it's bad that all these other people are coming in to steal their jobs. But I think we should be using our heads and our intellect to create capital and not be trading our time for money. I think it's very short-sighted to say my time is worth $10 per hour, $12 per hour, $15 per hour, $20 per hour. It's not. We have heads, we have minds, we come from an education that teaches us to think and analyze and understand things and not just be stormtroopers to go stamp the clock. I mean, there is that part of the education too, but I think a lot of America doesn't do that. And we create our own businesses. Like more businesses are created in the US than like anywhere in the world. More capital comes from the US than anywhere in the world because people have the open mindset to try new things, to make something happen, to take a shot and fail. In the US, you can fail. And a lot of my travels and countries I've been, people try to start a business because I'm always studying the businesses and what they're doing. And if they fail once, like their family disowns them, not just the bankers and the money lenders and the people that let them use some land or property or whatever. Like their family says they're bad because they failed. That's horrible pressure, and it doesn't let them start over, try again. Most of the entrepreneurs in the US fail. They fail, they fail, they fail. And every time they fail, they learn. They say, I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to do it better next time. And then, you know, try number 3, 5, 10, or 20, whatever it is, the business starts working. And they start employing a bunch of other people and creating capital with their intellect instead of trading their time for money. We only have so much time in this world, and it doesn't make sense to keep trading our time for money when we've got such beautiful minds that we could put to work to make something, to make it whether it's art, whether it's something we're writing, literature, whether it's a product, whether we're designing that product, whether we're marketing someone else's product, whether we're doing finance. Like look at the finance in the US. The finance is like 40% of our GDP. It doesn't happen anywhere else in the world like that. Our finance in the US is crazy because people have figured out that they can use contracts and use their mind as tools to make more money, to employ other people. You could say enslave them by offering them debt. I mean, yeah, it's a form of enslavement. It's a modern form of enslavement, but it's open to all of us as tools to put to work. These contracts, these ideas, these angles are all there. We've got the most information in the world we've ever had at our fingertips to go take advantage of that. Land that I'm involved in is just one style of that asset that we could use. Like ruralvacantland.com. I just said 339 properties on there when I started this video for sale. Most of them are all for sale for cash. You buy them for cash at some cash price, $1,000, $10,000, $100,000, whatever the cash price is, and you go put it up for sale on terms, $100 a month, $200 a month, $500 a month. People stop looking at the price to buy that thing and they start looking at the monthly payment that they're paying over however long it takes them to pay it off. And if you can do that simple math, $100 a month times 24 months is $2,400, right? If you buy the property at $1,000 and you sell it for $100 a month for 24 months, you're more than doubling your money. And it's a simple calculation that basic people can do, but it's a calculation that everybody wins on. When you buy it for 1,000, you sell it for 2,400 at $100 a month. Yeah, you're out your $1,000 for 10 months until you get it back. Month by month by month, you get closer and closer and closer to getting your money back. And then in month 11, 12 to 24, it's all profits. And somewhere along that way, you could use that money to buy another property, and you could have sold that one on terms. And before you know it, you've got two of those $100 a month payments coming in. And it goes a lot faster. And then it's like 5 months before you buy another $1,000 property. Next time, it's like 2 or 3 months before you buy another $1,000 property. That timeline keeps getting shorter and shorter by the process of compounding your money. And that's you using your head to create capital. Before you know it, you got your phone bill offset by one of those deals. You got your cable. Hopefully you don't have a cable bill, but if you still have a cable bill, you offset your cable bill. And then you offset your trash bill. You offset your electricity bill. You start offsetting if you have car payments. Hopefully you don't have those, but you start offsetting your car payments. A couple more, you start offsetting your mortgage or your rent, your insurance. And not that much further, you're financially free. You gotta get the groceries covered too. So deal by deal by deal, before you know it, you're not buying the $1,000 properties anymore because they're just too hard to mess with. You start buying the $5,000 properties or the $10,000 properties. You start doing the same math on bigger dollar ones, more dollars per deal, and you're not trading your time for money anymore. Yeah, you're doing a lot of work in the front end, like research and figuring it out, maybe paperwork, contracts and stuff, but over time the money just flows in. You do a lot of work to set it up, and then it just flows. And to me, that's a beautiful thing to do. And that's what America's about. It's about doing those kinds of deals. Land is one example, but there's hundreds, thousands of other things you can do that on. I like land, so that's why I'm talking land. Okay. Yeah, Global Music Network saying, thanks for having a brain. Humanity, America's lost its humanity. Land is need for life. Yeah, you're though thought about that too. Interesting concept. Yeah, you could throw a yurt on the property, have it set up on the weekend, and move in. Like during 1 week period, you could go from paying mortgage or rent to no more mortgage or rent. With a tool like that, it's a tool you could use. Maybe as you're not paying a mortgage or rent and stuff, your cash flow compounds a bit faster, your savings add up faster, and then you can use that to build a house or build something more permanent, longer term. Something that you could leverage or sell or actually trade out of someday. It's something better and better, and move, step your way up, or just live in the yurt, give up. So I wanted to get into ruralvacantland.com, and I keep getting thrown off on tangents because you guys have some good questions. So let's go to the website. I'm going to go to listings for sale and see where we're at. The first property too might not be totally up to speed on the advertising because we're always getting new ones on there and polishing them. So let's see. I swear this is different. I swear I just logged in this morning and it was Wisconsin, but Texas. So this is probably why do I always forget the name? Curtis keeps coming up with these properties in El Paso. So this $9,000 for a little over 1 acre, and I don't have the maps on here yet. I need to get the maps on here. I'll work on that. Let's see where this is. This is El Paso County, Texas. This is the westernmost corner of Texas. So he's had a couple of these lots in this area. I think he keeps selling them too. So he keeps coming up with more, which is great. So he's got there's El Paso International Airport. Here's the 10. Here's the Mexican border. And so it's right on the side of town. I believe that a lot of these have utilities. We'll see what we can find. So there's neighbors in the area. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's utilities here. Yeah, paved street, utilities. I'm just going for it. So $9,000. You can buy it online. 1.07 acres. I think if I remember right, a lot of the stuff in the area is more like 30 grand. Last time I looked, I haven't looked in a bit, Wisconsin, Polk County, Wisconsin. Let's take a look at this one. See who's got Wisconsin on the board. It's probably pretty cold this time of year. Yeah, guys saying yurt's like a big tent. Yeah, it's exactly like a big tent. Justin Silva. Okay, Justin. Thanks for posting the property, Justin. Welcome to the website. Justin's just starting to post some properties on the website. Looks like he's got a picture of his family on there. He's asking $12,000 for this one. It's 2 acres in Polk County, Wisconsin. I have no idea what the market is there. We got a buy it now button. GPS, I need to work on that. I'll get the GPS link so it comes up better. Here, let's see if this map's working. Big Butternut Lake. There's a highway. Road. Looks like maybe some water in the back. Chippewa Trail. Looks like there's a little road there. I think there's street view. No. So it looks like a place in the woods. Look like you could build a cabin in the woods in Wisconsin near a lake. West Denmark. I don't know this area. Minneapolis. Okay, so you're not too far from Minneapolis. So it's probably like a weekend shot. Go build a cabin in the woods outside of Minneapolis. I grew up over here. Let's see if it shows up on the map. Yeah. Traverse City. This is where I spent a lot of my childhood time. So we've got, oh, some more Wisconsin. Look at that. Let's open this. A couple Wisconsin. This is probably Justin Silva again. Sleva. He's Justin Sleva. $10,000 for 2.5 acres. Look at that. Nice ferns. Those ferns taste good in the spring when they're just popping up. You can eat their shoots. There's some nice pine trees. I need to get the GPS linked in here. I need to work on the maps, so I'll roll through and work on maps on a bunch of these. There's like power line, pine trees in the woods, nice little road running out to it. That might be a telephone box, electric box, telecommunications some kind. So birch trees, pine trees, cabin in the woods land. Look at that. Another $10,000 for 2.5 acres. This one might have a stream. Yeah, so he's saying this one's got a stream. They got pictures of it. Look, nice little, look how clear that water is. Clear water stream coming through the property. These look like they might be maple and beech and pine trees. Cute little stream running through there. Some ferns, ash. I think these are ash trees. Some birch, poplar in the background. Bunch of trees. Yeah, look at that. That looks like nice property. You can probably go shoot some white-tailed deer there. This time of year, it's probably hunting season. Probably prime rifle season right now. So you put a hunting cabin. There's probably a bunch of government land around the area too. But that's probably enough land. Put out a salt lick. I don't know if you can do salt licks in Wisconsin. You can probably put out a salt lick and get some deer. Lisa, first name Sap, saying that's beautiful, too cold, no cheese heads. Yeah, you know, these properties are so cheap. You could have a couple of them. You could have one down in Arizona or Texas or something that's nice and warm for this time of year. But if you want to come up here in the summer, this is beautiful in the summer. I mean, it's just gorgeous. I grew up in this kind of atmosphere in the summer. And, I mean, I miss this kind of stuff, just looking at these pictures. So here's another one. Look at this woods, good solid woods. Some more ash and pine, popple tree in the background. You walk into the property along this cable cut. Okay. The easement connects to the road, so you have to build a driveway. So he's asking $25,000 for this 5 acres. So 5 acres in the woods in northern Wisconsin. 39 acres of 2 separate access points, amazing views all the way around. Park County, Colorado. 39 acres in Park County, Colorado. Let's take a look at that. Mike Hassman, $22,900. Got some water in the area. Mike's put up a bunch of numerous properties recently on the website over the last 6 months or something. He keeps selling. Usually does really good pricing. So there's a couple houses in the area, a couple ranches. Not sure if that means there's utilities or what, but other people have figured out and they're going for it. Some mountains, probably get some big mountain views. I'm not sure what part of Colorado this is. I don't know Colorado so well. These guys know Colorado a lot better than I do. I've never really spent any time in Colorado. Here's Pikes Peak. Bunch of mountains. I mean, there's some mountains. You're going to see mountains in multiple different directions. So here's Denver. So it's not very far from Denver. It's just over the hill from Denver. There's Castilla County, Colorado. 2007-99. Jason Rusk. He's put a couple properties on the website. Keep watching them go by. $2,799 for 5 acres in Castilla County, Colorado. That's some cheap land. Cheap for 5 acres. Apache County, Arizona, $3,990. Willie's got this one on the board. I think we might have looked at this last week. Maybe, maybe not. This one, I'm not sure that picture's right. Does it have a bunch of trees like that? Let's see. Photos. Yeah, it might be a bad picture in the stack. I'll try to get that fixed. But there's yeah, some dirt roads around the area. What part of Apache is this? So Apache is another example of where it's really easy to drive up in an RV and start using the land. So here's Concho. I know this lake. Yeah, here's Concho. So Navajo County is just over here. This is Apache County, so it's just barely into Apache County. And you got Show Low, Lakeside, Pine Top down here with Walmart, Home Depot. Concho up here has a little general store. You can get groceries, basic groceries. There used to be a golf course. They shut the golf course down and they used the clubhouse as a like grocery store, community market. There's a bar and restaurant I think over here. There's a water company that you can get water from. And a little lake with a campground next to the lake. So what I was saying is in this area, you can drive up to the property and you can drive onto it with your RV and start living there the same day. Like you don't have to build anything. Nobody's going to come kick you out, tell you off, run you away. I've had numerous people buy properties from me in this area and do that, and everyone seems to be happy that I ever heard back from. And it's just a really simple area to go for it and have. So if you had one of those properties in Wisconsin, you go spend time up there in the summer, come down here in the winter and get out of the cold. You know, these things are so cheap you can have a couple of them. That's the point. Go back and forth. "35 acres in Elko County, Nevada." So let's check this out. Chris Gibson got this one on the board. $7,950 for 35 acres. Looks like he made a video about it. He's got it. Maybe we could use this map. So there's Pilot Road. You're going to see Pilot Peak over here. Oh, Pilot Peak's a little south. So this is a really tall peak. It's like 11,000 foot-ish. I'm not going to get it exactly, but I mean, it's really tall. And I think the bottoms of these valleys are like 5 or maybe 6,000 foot. So it's like 5 or 6,000 foot off the valley floor that this peak sticks up. And it's usually snow-capped. So you get this really snow-capped, beautiful peak in the area. And then this valley has a bunch of wild mustangs. It's got antelope running through it. And deer. There's, I think it's mule deer. And elk go from one mountain to the other mountain now and then. They pass through the valleys in the winter. You'll see them kind of wintering down the valley. See, that's a lot of like big range kind of animals in the area, as well as cattle. There's cattle, a bunch of cattle in the area too. This is another place you can pull up in your RV and just go for it. Go build what you want. If you don't have power lines coming to the property, I believe there's no inspections. What I've heard from a bunch of different people that go build there. If you tap into the power lines, then the inspectors come and inspect stuff. But as long as you don't hook into the power grid, you can go build the earth ship, build the whatever you want, right? Or just live in your car, or live in your RV, or put up a yurt, any of those. Or build a proper home. I shouldn't say proper, build a classic home that the banks like to finance. So here's Pershing County, Nevada, 80 acres. Chris Gibson got this one on the board. Near Lovelock. Lovelock's like a big truck stop on the 80. So let's see if we can find it on the map. I mean, it's just a bunch of wide open land, clean palette, do what you want kind of land. Here's 80. Yeah, here's Lovelock on the 80. You'll see signs if you drive the 80 from either direction, or Lovelock for a long, long ways. Here's Winnemucca. I went to a gun shop in Winnemucca. That was pretty fun. You could like walk out into the parking lot and test the guns. Classic Nevada. There's Reno. So it's kind of halfway between Reno and Winnemucca. And Elko's over here. Elko's the bigger town. But the main town in the area is going to be Reno. So we're going into Reno and getting supplies. But this is the kind of place where, yeah, you could shoot whatever gun you want. You can drive your dirt bikes, your four-wheelers, your off-road, whatever, Mad Max vehicles around. Just go have fun. Nobody's going to bug you. Build whatever you want kind of land. Or not build anything. Play with dynamite, teach your kids to lose some fingers. 40 acres near Small Spring, Elko County. Let's see what this is. Chris again. So 40 acres, Elko County. There's Pilot Roads. This is going to be in the same Pilot Valley as the 35 acres we're just talking about, with a big mountain view, with cattle in the area, pronghorn, wild horses, Mustangs running through. Sometimes you'll see them just like on the side of the road hanging out, chewing on some grass. Let's try not to hit them with your car. Here's another 40 acres. This one's Pershing County, Nevada. Let's take a look at this. Oh, look at this map. How do you do that? That's pretty cool. I like how he's got the property lines on the map. He's using shapes layer. Go Chris. That's cool. I might have to steal that, implement it into the other maps. Yeah, so this is north of Lovelock. So that other one was south of Lovelock. This one's north of Lovelock. And it's not much of anything around here. You can get away with whatever you want. Build a meth lab. Look at the stars. Build an observatory. No lights to bugger up your view of the stars. See what's up next. Another 40 acres, Pershing County near Lovelock. So here's some more Apache County. Here's 10 acres in Apache. We were just talking about Apache being really easy to pull up in your RV and do whatever you want. Same thing with Pershing County. I mean, nobody's going to tell you what to do there. They're just happy to have you. Here's another 40 acres in Elko County for $8,950. So you got a good selection of these kinds of properties right now. Pershing County, another 40 acres, Pershing County, $7,999. Or he's doing financing at $299 down, $225 a month. Here's Palmdale. Here's the backside of Los Angeles. If we go into Los Angeles County, California, 10.34 acres. This is Willie's got this one. He's asking 11,990, or terms of $500 down, 250 a month for 60 months. Looks like it's on a road. It's got some bushes, and it's probably not too crazy far from Los Angeles. Like you could drive into Los Angeles from here and back in the same day. Some people commute it, but so here's a bunch. He's got a bunch of them. Los Angeles County right now, 5.07 acres. Los Angeles County, 6,990, or terms. You can get financing. Here's almost a third of an acre. He's asking $1,490 or $199 down, $199 a month for 11 months. That doesn't last very long. You pay that off pretty quick. It doesn't look like there's anybody around, so you don't need a bunch of crazy land, just enough to build on. 20 acres of Mountain Delight, Pershing County. So here's another Pershing County. So this is the same county as Lovelock. 5,990. Same thing. Get some land. Nobody around. Do what you want. Here's 40 acres next to 634 acres of BLM land. Lake County owner financing. This one's a little different. Let's take a look at this. There's Lake County, Oregon, 18,999 for 40 acres. Justin Sleeva's got this one on the board. 18,999 Lake County. I wonder if these are actual pictures. Yeah, I got the for sale sign out there. Looks like there's some crop circles in the area. I think these are actual pictures. Do owner financing, 250 down, 250 a month for 120 months. So you could do 250 a month and get 40 acres in Lake County, Oregon. See if we can get it on the map. It's kind of a bad satellite shot, just all gray. But they're pumping water and they're growing stuff in the area. Christmas Valley area. Okay, so you got the sand dunes over here. So a lot of people like to go to those sand dunes to go dirt biking, off-roading. A2 in the comments says meth labs are in every county. P.O. Adler's meth lab, yeah. I've had people call me and say they want the perfect land to build a meth lab on. I'm like, I don't know if you should be telling me that. 5 acres, San Bernardino County, 4,990. Cheapest 5 acres in Cochise County. So there's the Cochise County we were just looking at. Kern County, 5 acres in Kern County, 6,490. I'm gonna try to skip through these a little faster because there's a lot of them to choose from. So, I mean, the idea is you can go to the website, you can look at the map search on the website, and you can look at the areas you're interested in, or you could go property by property like we're doing now. The property by property probably doesn't apply to everybody because you're usually looking for specific areas or specific traits. You can slice and dice and sort these things on the website to come into what you want. It's just kind of an update of what we've got on the website. So here's another one, Oregon, Lake County. It's 0.33 acres. $125 a month. Mojave County, Arizona, $18.95. That's pretty cheap. Who's got that? Andy Barnhart, $1,895 for 1.25 acres in Mojave County. And yeah, Mojave is closer to California. Part of Arizona over by the river. A lot of people like it because you get close to the Colorado River, and looks like a little dumpy road to the north of it, so you could drive up to it if you got the nerve and just go for it. I mean, Mojave's got pretty easy regulations. A lot of these properties don't look like they're agriculturally zoned, but they're agriculturally zoned. I'm not exactly sure about this one, but a lot of the ones out here on the side of everything are agriculturally zoned. This is north of Kingman. And when you get the agriculturally zoned ones, the farming lobby has a good push, and they say, you know, we got to let the migrant labor live there. and so you can't build. You can't like tell us what they can't live in. So they gotta live in tents or dilapidated whatever, RVs, anything, because we need their labor to come work the fields and the crops and stuff. And so not just Mojave County, but lots of places, if you get the agriculturally zoned land, you can get away with building whatever you want. Not always, but generally speaking, it's a lot easier to get away with building an earthship or living in an RV or an alternative structure, a barn or something, if it's agriculturally zoned. And a lot of people don't realize you can build on agriculturally zoned property. Usually, not always. It's different per county by county, city by city, state by state. But generally speaking, from my experience, looking at lots of these properties and trying to figure them out for all kinds of people that want to use these things, when the county says agriculture, I'm always like doing the dance, like yippee! I get to sell it to the guy because he can use it for whatever he's asking me about. Or if it's residential, residential's got the most restrictions out of anything. So Justin Silva, 13,999 for Lake County, Oregon, 19.6 acres. Looks like it's Christmas Valley again. This one's right off the highway. So I'm going to skip through these a little bit faster. 30 acres in Eureka, Nevada, $7,500. Justin Silva. So I've had a couple properties in Eureka County. Eureka County, I mean, they're really open to regulations too. I mean, there's only like 4,000 people that live there or something in the whole county. And most of them work at a mining operation or live with somebody that works at a mining operation or makes money off of somebody that works at the mining operations. So their point of view on what you can build and blow up and have fun with is very different than like the little town I live in, surfer town. I mean, you can, yeah, go for it. You want to drive a bulldozer to the gas station back or to take your kid to school? Sure. No problem. They're really open for business to do what you want to do. They're just happy to have you. The only thing on the map really is like mining operations. Some really good mining operations here. Some of the largest gold producers in the world. Battle Mountain, so 80 goes just north of here, and then whatever this is goes down to 306, 3 something. Eventually you can follow it down to Las Vegas. Little highways that people drive like 110 miles an hour on. 40 acres in Elko County. I'm getting to page 4. Like since I last updated the properties, we are more than 40 properties deep. Valverde County, Texas. I don't even know where that is. Valverde County, Texas. I'm sure you guys know where that county is. Texas has a lot of counties. Justin Sleva, he knows Texas. He's from Texas. I'm sure he knows where this is. Look at that. It's not coming up on the map so well, but wow, here we go. Salem Point Road. Looks like there's a bunch of lake around here. It's down by the Mexican border. It's the Rio Grande. Look at that. Rough Canyon Recreational Area. I mean, this looks like you just want to drive over there and take a tour. Big Bend National Park is over here. Okay, so here's Texas. Here's San Antonio. So it's straight west of San Antonio by this big lake, this Rio Grande Reservoir. If you know the area, you're probably going to know it a lot more than I do. I don't know this area. I can't present it because I don't know it. But it looks beautiful. Nice and green. Um, it's El Paso County again. Washoe County, Nevada, 10 acres, 20 minutes to Pyramid Lake. So Washoe County is north, western part of Nevada. Let's get this map to open. Pyramid Lake. So it's north of Reno, like straight north of Reno. Lake Tahoe's over here. Huh. Okay. We'll keep cruising a little bit further because I don't think I'm into the ones from last time. King County, Utah. Los Angeles County. I think we're Valencia, Kern. I think we're getting into the ones I showed last time. So I need to update maps on a bunch of these properties. And sorry I've been slow on that, but I'll try to get the maps updated so you can see where the lot lines are and you can maneuver around and understand the properties better. I've just been doing paperwork as fast as I can go on different transactions. And I just need to polish the website some more. So let's see if I can catch up on some chat and then give some land away and go back to doing paperwork and polishing the website. See if I missed something here. Global Network Music. I just left Michigan before I moved to Mexico. There you go. It's too cold. Exactly. Michigan's cold. Polk County, Texas. There's a bunch of Polk counties. There's Polk County. If you start searching Polk County, there's a bunch of Polk counties. It's like Jefferson County and even Nevada County. There's a couple Nevada counties, one in each state, a couple different states. Forensic contract audit in the house. So you start using a different username. So yeah, I want to stream in my land. I know, right? That one in Wisconsin with a stream running through it was the same price as some of the others, about the same size without a stream. I like the stream properties. Global Music Network says this looks beautiful. I wish I had money, not rich or overly wealthy, just enough to be well, no stress, no worries about food, water, electricity and such. I know, right? Just the basic needs. Yeah, that's a ticket. Mountains in the summer, desert in the winter. Exactly. La Paz County, Arizona. I don't think I have anything in La Paz County right now. La Paz doesn't have that many private properties. It's a lot of, there's some mountains, right? And a lot of the mountains there are government owned. There's a Native American reservation. There's a couple nice lakes there. This is southern central Arizona. And the taxes seem to be like crazy more than a lot of the other counties around there. So like every time I've gotten a property in La Paz County, it's like, you know, about fall out of my chair when I look at the tax bills. And yeah, it just because there's not that many private properties there to stick the taxes on, right? And if you look at like Navajo County, Arizona, where there's tons of private properties that they can spread the taxes on, you get these super silly little taxes. Same with Elko County, Nevada. Little silly taxes. Like, why do you even pay for the stamps? So I grew up in Arizona, but I think it's slowly turning into New Cali. It's going that way for sure. A lot of people from California are moving to Arizona. I need something near the Gila in New Mexico. I thought you were saying Gila. We just got a property in Gila County, New Mexico. I think it's 3 different properties. They're on the Salt River. That one should be getting up on the website pretty soon. I thought that might have been on there today, but I didn't see it. Sorry, I'm just being silent. I'm trying to read the comments and catch up here. Does southern Colorado have pine trees? I'm a mountain woman, need trees. Yeah, so parts of Colorado are like in the... I'm not from Colorado. I don't know Colorado that well, but from my experience looking at different properties there, parts of the valleys are bush, like knee-high, waist-high bush. And then as you start getting up in the mountains a little bit, you start getting pine trees. So the price differentials are huge compared to valley floor flat stuff and mountains with trees and access. A lot of the problems are getting the ones in the mountains, they don't have access. But getting them with access and trees, I mean, it's, yeah, they're usually more price. But, I mean, keep watching the website. We get different ones through here. Susan Bailey, amazing estate. Luke, how long does it usually take to hear back from the state to purchase the land? So I think she's talking about Arkansas. So I bought a lot of land from the state of Arkansas, which anybody can do. I mean, it's you just fill out paperwork and buy the land that people haven't paid the taxes on, and they have a process, and the process takes. I mean, it takes a couple weeks to hear back from them. They send you a letter. It says, okay, you've been approved and blah, blah, blah. And then they send you a deed later on, like after a chunk of time. So there's 30 days that goes by where people, they like wait to see if somebody else bids on the property. Nobody else bids. They're like, okay. Then there's 10 days that goes by with, I think it's 10 days that the previous owner of the property has to pay up all the taxes, fees, and everything, like catch it all up or forever lose it, right? So they get that one last shot. That doesn't happen that long. The people haven't paid the taxes for 5, 10, 20 years actually come back and pay the taxes, but it happens every now and then. Maybe one in, I don't know, 50 properties, somebody actually pays the taxes off on them, from my experience. It's not that often other people outbid me either. They just usually go with it. So what's that, month and a half, and then there's paperwork people in between, and the state doesn't actually do the deed. Maybe they make the, I'm not sure if they make the deed, but they still send it to the county to get recorded, and so they still gotta wait for the county to get it recorded. I mean, you're talking 2 months really before you get a deed back in your hand. How to Shell says, how would one go about investing in some of the land mailers? Yeah, there you go. There's a good question. So I've got this like list on my desk that I've drawn up, and I've got, let me pull it out. I've got like, I think I have 14 people right now that want to do a mailer with me, that want to pay for them and go for it. And I've got a couple in the hopper that I'm still working on. I got to do the paperwork on. I've got to make them happen. It's my lack of time to put them all together. But if I get a little bit more efficient, get faster at this, rolling them out, I think it could work pretty well. So yeah, if you want to invest in one of the mailers, I mean, let me know, which you think you're kind of doing. And we'll come up with some kind of split that works. Like, what ingredients do you want to bring to the table? Whether it's money, time, answering phones, running around looking at properties, like maybe it's in the area that you live. You can go take pictures and you can like say this thing's crazy steep, or this one's really good, or this one's, whatever. Like, you can help me vet the properties. Maybe you got a drone. We can get like drone footage of it and photos and everything. And then I know it's like something that we should really buy or not. Or whether you're bringing money to the table to buy the land and the mailers, or just the mailers, you want me to buy the land, or what, there's a bunch of different variables in there. And so we figure that out, hammer out the details of what you want to do, be part of and not be part of, and let it fly. Like, if you want to just say, Luke, you do everything, I'll put up the money, that's cool. If you want to answer phone calls, you want people to yell at you, that's cool too. If you want to hire out the phone calls to somebody else to answer, I could set that up as well. I mean, there's lots of different ways to do it, and we get a bunch of properties, and we can wholesale them off. Like I got a bunch of people that want to just buy the properties before I ever put them on the website or anything. Um, just buy all the properties, right, that we get because they're really good priced properties. They'll say, just I'll take them all, and we can supply them with properties and keep some money on feeding them properties. Some of those guys want all of them. They want me to market them for them, put them up for sale for them. We could do that. We'll do some contracts, paperwork to present the properties, sell them. We could split it up, maybe some money in the front, some in the back end. There's lots of ways to do it, however it works for you and the property and the cash flow and stuff. And I think there's a lot of money to be made there. And that's why I'm busy all the time, because I'm doing a lot of properties that don't ever show up on the website. Like, just deal after deal after deal after deal after deal after deal, right? It's cramming paperwork. And so a lot of people I think are making a lot of money, which makes me really happy. It makes them happy, and everybody wins. And I think we get a lot more properties on the website. So I want to do that, and I think that in one way or another, a lot of them end up on the website, and you can take off with them, run with them at great prices, better than everyone else, and go for it. So maybe that answers how to shell and how to invest in them. I mean, just you're gonna have to call me, get me on the phone, and talk to me, and we'll figure out something. Gold Music Network. Oops, last. Thanks. Okay. These places have no shelter. Yeah, it's vacant land. You got to build something, right? Todd Snyder. Yeah, Southern Colorado has some wicked mountains and trees. Yeah, it does. It's not like 100% mountains and trees. Some of it's flat, kind of boring, but you're looking at mountains and trees, and you could have your horses, and you could go have a bunch of area for your horses to run around and graze on without having to chop trees down. I mean, there's different pros and cons to it. Miguel Naughton says 35 acres for 8K. No way. I think that's probably the Elko one. But yeah, there's a lot of properties for pretty cheap. Yeah, Elko's latent on zoning too. Yeah, really easy. Dust included, free of charge. There you go. TK does. I'm going to have to bug Luke until he finds me another 4 acres near my land. Yeah, sorry, TK. The 4 acres in Cochise County have gone fast. Like, I was on the ask for literally 3 years for those properties. Like, here's some, here's some, here's some, here's some, here's some, and they're 4 acres. I've been making these 4-acre properties out of bigger properties, and I kind of think the rules are about to change in Cochise County. I'm not 100% sure about it, but they're presenting rule changes in Cochise County and pushing for them, and I don't know if they'll go through or not, but I don't want to like buy a whole bunch of Cochise bigger acreage properties with the idea of cutting them up into more 4-acre properties, and then the rules change on me while like right in the middle of the process. Maybe I've got them sold on terms, or I got them sold on like just making ads or whatever. Rules are going to change on me and I'm going to get stuck. So I'm not stocking Cochise right now because I think they're going to make it harder to split the properties up in Cochise. It's just a lot of the counties in Arizona have done this in the past, and I did so many of them in Cochise. They're like getting frustrated that it takes a lot of their time and energy to go map all these splits out, and they're not charging for it. Yeah, I pay for the recordings, but they're not charging for all the remappings of the splits and stuff. And so if you look at plat maps like pre-Luke and after Luke, it's like there's a lot more squares on the map, right? Because I sold a lot of those properties. It's just the way it is. So I think the rules are changing. I don't want to get stuck with it. But I think we'll figure it out one way or another. Todd Snyder says, screw banks. Ain't had a bank account in years. There you go. Amen, Todd Snyder. Not even like a credit union or something? I mean, just go for the small town credit union. Then you can actually do some banking in the world. I don't know. I don't agree with that. No banking. Maybe it's because I come from a big banking background. I hate banks and like all the fees they charge and rules and everything, but it's part of our business, part of society. He says I lost a finger as a kid. It was a great life lesson that's always stuck with me. I bet. Firecrackers or farm equipment or what? Bread slicer? Oh. Okay, I'm trying to catch up. Victorville, definitely meth lab country. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm getting there. Meth of Williams. I'm interested in land that I can start homesteading on. Not really interested in cooking meth. Yeah, me either. I'm not interested in cooking meth. Just to clear the table, I don't cook meth. I don't want to. I don't buy the stuff. I'm not advocating it. I'm just using it as an example. Like if you can cook meth there, you can do a homestead. Like the rules are ridiculous about all the kinds of stuff that it takes to homestead and on these properties. And so if you want to stay away from a lot of those ridiculous rules about all kinds of things, like how many chickens can you keep? Here in my place, we can only keep 10 chickens. 10 chickens. It's like, okay, what if I wanted to have some meat birds and I wanted to have a batch of them and they only live for like 40 days or 50 days, 52 days or 53 days or something until they're like ready to go. 52 weeks in the year, I'd like one, maybe two a week. Okay, maybe I'd grow 200 of them in a batch and you just do it for a couple weeks and slaughter them, fill the freezer. I got meat for the year, right? Can't do that here because I can only have 10 birds at a time. You do 10, 10, 10, 10. I don't know. Just rules. I understand the neighbors don't want 100 chickens in my backyard making smell and noise and stuff. I understand. But if you're going to homestead and you're going to do it right and you really want to go for it, like the less rules there are, the easier it's going to be to get away with and doing what you want to do. That's my point. Pima County sounds like picky code. Pima, there's some neighborhoods that have a lot pickier codes than others. Roxy says I use two banks. Yeah, I've had two different banks close up on me. One of them was um I can't remember the name of it. Bank Crozier in St. Lucia in the Caribbean islands, St. Lucia. It was a really easy bank account to open, and you could transfer money in, you could get a debit card, and it's international, and you get rid of all the rules and regulations of the U.S., and you can do whatever international transactions you want to do, right? Whether you report it not or not is another story. And a bunch of people were using them, especially a lot of people from Latin America and Europeans. A lot of Europeans were using them. The bank was growing and growing and growing. And then one day it just disappeared. They shut down. It's like, where's my money? No money. Old money all gone. Send new money, right? Boy, that opened my eyes to how great sometimes the U.S. banks are because we have the FDIC. So another time I was banking with NetBank. They were big in the internet day, right? And I was working all day and I got to do my banking at night. So the last thing I want to do is go into a bank to sign paperwork. So you get an online bank and there's no bank to go into and sign paperwork. So everything's always through the mail online, a lot easier to do. And that bank was great. It was awesome. They were loaning money to all kinds of people for houses they shouldn't have been doing and stuff. And 2008 happened and they got their hide skinned and they went out of business. And turns out I had my social security number one digit wrong. I mistyped it or something. And so FDIC didn't apply. I was like, what? I had like all my bill pay set up to like pay all the bills and everything going. I had a couple months worth of money in there for money going back and forth. It wasn't my main account, but it was the account to like I paid the bills on. It totally screwed up my life. Like all the bills, like nothing's getting paid, and I didn't realize it, and it made a big mess. Eventually, it took 6 months or 8 months of doing paperwork back and forth before the FDIC finally said, okay, this is you. You just got the Social Security 1 digit wrong, and you're not trying to lie and cheat and steal and everything. And they gave me my money back, and it got bought out by Indirect or one of those companies. And it just took forever to get my money back. But that's one of the beauties of banking in the U.S. As long as all the banks don't fail at the same time, if it's just one or two or something along the way, the FDIC kicks in and backs you up for the first 100 grand or 250 grand or whatever it is now. And since then, I've studied banks a lot more before I bank with them. I try to get their financials. I try to pay attention how healthy they are, and I don't want my banks to disappear on me. So I study them a little bit more than I ever used to in the past. Not just their services, but the quality of the bank. International accounts aren't reliable unless you're filthy rich. Yeah, even then they're not reliable. I think one of the easiest ways to do the international accounts is if you're in the brokerage business, you're buying some other business, using it for some other business. I believe in banks, soil banks. Bury it, forget it. You need it, yeah. Okay, so 250,000. FDIC is 250,000 now. Okay, so at the beginning of this, I was saying that sold over how many properties. This is going to be the question for the free land. So if you haven't won land, I'm going to pull this up on the screen. If you haven't won land, you want to win some land, and you've been paying attention, I got the chat going on the screen. And if you remember, if I said over how many properties I sell in the last 3 years, I started out the YouTube, this channel talking about some numbers, and it's a round number. It's got 2 zeros on the end, and 1 something 00. How many properties I sell in the last 3 years? I already see it coming in on the screen. Someone said 15,000. No, not 15,000. That's crazy. I don't have that kind of. My fingers would fall off from signing that many deeds. But 1,500, yeah, 1,500. So Josh stuck 1,500 in there. 1,500 properties. I sold over 1,500 properties in the last 3 years, and that grows and grows and grows. So Josh, if you would please send an email to Gilian. Gilian at ruralvacantland.com. It's my assistant. She'll help you. Tell her that you won the land today on the YouTube and the live video, whatever you want to call it, and say you want to have the name of the land that you won to be Josh, or it can't be just Josh. You got to be like a last name, hopefully a middle initial in there, so people don't steal it from you. What name do you want to own the land in? You and your spouse, you and your kid, do you want to have it in your IRA, your trust? It's probably not a good idea to put it. Well, you could probably put it in an IRA. Company, whatever name you want that thing to be in, the title to your property, tax address, where you want it shipped to. Just contact information, like a phone number, so I can call you. Something goes wrong, the county says, yeah, it's not going to work because blah blah blah. We'll try again, and go after some other land. We'll get you some land. And then if you want me to sell the land, let me know. I'll put it up for sale, try to sell it for you, get you some cash. I'll split the profits with you. So, however much it costs me, you get that money back at least. And then if I sell it for so much more, we split that in half. You get half of the profits, I get half the profits for doing all the work and making it happen. Or you can sell it yourself. You could put it on Zillow. I mean, it's free to put it on Zillow. You just got to answer the phone after you post it and answer questions and stuff. But you can get it on Zillow. You can put it on Craigslist. You could put it on where else can you put it? You could put it on eBay. They'll charge you something to put it on eBay, but you could put it on eBay. I'm sure there's lots of websites. There's a bunch of apps now that you can use to, let go or sell stuff on, and you can do it for free. You don't need me to do it. You got to do the paperwork if you're doing that, but go sell it for something, or better yet, build on it. Build build a homestead, build a cabin, build a fishing cabin, build a hunting cabin, take pictures of it, make a video, make a YouTube channel about building it, tell us about it. That'd be cool. I'd point it out to people, and that'd be cool. That'd be neat. That'd be fun. So go use that land. Have fun with it. Build something. That'd be the best bet. Otherwise, sell it. Use that money to go buy some land that you care more about, or do something with. Have fun with it. Christmas or something. Probably won't be fast enough for this Christmas. Be fast enough for next Christmas. It'll take a couple months for me to do the paperwork, to get it turned in, to get the deed to come around, come back to you. So it's going to be a couple months before you have a deed in your hand. But it's in the process, and I'll get working on it. And that's it. So Josh says, what state? It's probably going to be this Arkansas stuff. I keep buying this Arkansas stuff. I might run out of the Arkansas ones because they've been harping on me for a couple things here recently. And if I get booted from the Arkansas ones, I'll go buy some others like Arizona. Arizona's got a bunch of properties I could go buy off the state. Each one of the counties has properties that people didn't pay the taxes on, and then they went back to the county, and the county tries to auction them off. Nobody buys them at auction, or nobody bids enough to buy them at auction, and then they put them on the over the counter, and you can go haggle with them. Like, I'm not paying all those back taxes, but I'll give you this, and go haggle with them and try to get get the state to sell them to me for next to nothing. And then I might try to buy their whole list of properties or something, and then give you one of them. So it might be something like that. But I think I'm going to keep sticking to the Arkansas ones because they're easier for me to do right now. And I just cherry pick the Arkansas ones. I usually buy some for my kids and myself and stuff too at the same time. So I'm looking at them like, oh, this one, sweet. Biggest ones, best access, closest to the water, on the streams, power lines, like the stuff that have the most going for them. Buy them up and leave the others out there and run with it. So just cherry pick them. So that's the idea. Thank you guys. Thanks everybody for listening, watching, subscribing to RuralVacantLand.com, this little YouTube channel. And see you again next week, 9 a.m. Monday morning, and we'll do it again. We'll talk about some more land and see if we can come up with some more deals. Talk to you later. Thank you. Bye. Oh, I'm still going.